Welcome back, guys. I wanted to show you a few bits and pieces I've done to our Landy, our beautiful machine. So had a few add-ons, put a few add-ons on over the Christmas period, and the rooftop tent we changed over November time. We got rid of the TT02, great tent, but just took so long to put together and take down on multiple trips. But this tent we got at the moment, the Alu-Cab Gen3, oh what a piece of kit. So I'm really buzzing to go away. Me and Mrs Bushwhacker are really buzzing to go away in this and see what's what and see what else we can change and do to the vehicle to make it a real sort of touring overland vehicle. So I'll show you around. Some of you before have seen bits and pieces, but I'm going to do a complete tour of the vehicle. So the first modification that we've done is we put a front runner water carrier on the vehicle, which is a great option and a lot cheaper than having an inbuilt water tank at the moment. So this is great. It's so easy to install. This clips onto the roof mount and holds 20 litres, and I can swap that over with a jerry can as well. So I can mix and match. I might even get one for the other side. I'll see how we go. But that is an awesome piece of kit. Nice little tap on it as well. So just pull up at camp and bang, you got running water. So that's what I liked about it. It was high up and gravity fed, and just sits on the vehicle really nice and blends in with the vehicle really well. So that's kind of the first sort of addition after the rooftop tent. We used to carry water inside. It used to take up a lot of space. The little lock on the side, just pull it across, and it's just a nice plate that sits on there, like I said, and goes on the guttering system. And I drilled 2 holes into the Landy, which was a bit nerve-wracking. It's like I'm going to the dentist, really. A bit scary. Right, so that's on. Like so. Pull the clip across. I've made it nice and tight as well, so there's no wobble with that whatsoever. That is solid. There's nothing worse driving down the road and all you can hear is clanking and wobbling of everything. So I'm really chuffed with that, and blends in really nice with the exterior decor colour coded. Right, let's go round the back. So around the back of the vehicle I've got a couple of bags. These are my carp fishing bags I used to have on my carp trolley. If any of you guys are into carp fishing, they've done really well mounted there. They look quite good, so I might leave them there, or I might move them, but at the moment they're serving a great purpose. The thing I like about these vehicles, I think they're the best vehicles for overlanding. You just can add so many bits to them, and they've got so much space. They're just a great vehicle for for adventures or overlanding. Just awesome. So in here I've just got a few bits and pieces. Just got me cable ties, my cable strap for on the roof, and a nice little portable gas stove in there with the gas bottle. So if you're going out for a walk or something, you just want to grab a little gas canister, bang, you can just get it out of there and away you go. So that's predominantly what's in there. There's little bits and pieces at the bottom, but I'll be here all day. And then this one, but these are great, these little containers. So in here I've got all fire lighting equipment. So we're outside using our little portable Otago. You know what I mean if you've seen my videos before. It's just so handy, don't have to go inside to start a fire. So I've just got all these easy fire starters. That's what you want when you pull up, done a long journey. You just want simplicity, so they're really good. You just put a light to them and bang, a few coals and you're off. And a nice fire glove as well. So that's nicely stowed away externally. I quite like them out there, you know. Eventually we can swap around. I've just basically loaded them up because we can't go away at the moment. I'm just going around the Land Rover playing, making out I'm in some amazing location and drove many miles, but you know, it is what it is at the moment. But I'm enjoying playing around. I'm like a big kid, and I'm sure, you know, any of you guys that own a Land Rover, you'll like big kids too. You know, they're like your baby, really, aren't they? Sounds strange, but it's amazing how men get with their machines. So on the door is a nice cargo bag from Tuff-Trek. Great door organiser. It's got the knives and little wash kit in there. Mrs. Bushwhacker's got her wash kit. More knives, little saw. You know me for me tools when we're away. It's just nice, you know, might find a bit of wood, you might want to do a bit of whittling or make a bit of kindling. Always handy to have a saw. We've got a little light on the back, and Mrs. Bushwhacker's made these blinds out of canvas, so it just gives us a bit of privacy at night. If we're camping somewhere or we're stealth camping, you just don't want no light to get out the vehicle, so they just clip up there. So just nice bit of canvas, and just on suckers there, so that blocks out that back window. But it's nothing worse if you're in an area and you know you do want a bit of privacy, or you do want to shut your light down. It's great. I'll leave that up there like that. Yeah, so this is a great organiser. Got some pruners in there as well. Snips, you know, you never know when you might need them. You know what I'm like, I like to carry quite a bit of gear. And then I got me fly fishing gear in that one, bits and pieces. Obviously if I was going for a fishing trip, a few more of these bags would be loaded up with fishing items. So that's great on the back door. It's not taking any internal space. Same with the water carrier out there. It's just there and you forget about it. It's not, you're not living inside the vehicle with it. And this is a new addition as well. We used to stand on the tow ball, but now I've fitted just a simple plate step, so it's so easy to get in now. So inside the vehicle we made a bed, just a makeshift bed. We used to have a few boxes under here with a board on it, but now I've knocked up a nice bed so you can lay full out on here. The thing I like about this design is, what I found in Scotland is, with our Land Rover, you get out the rooftop tent and the weather's bad, and you know you might have an awning, which we're going to get eventually, or an Oz tent to get into, but we were out in the elements from the moment pretty much we got out that tent, rooftop tent. But now we can get in here and we can got some nice living quarters. We've got somewhere to sit, we've got a bed to sleep in, and one of us could go on the floor if things got really desperate. We got a worktop this side. This whole setup I think cost me about £25. Just bits of wood I had, and I just knocked it together and thought, yeah, that's going to do. So like I said, a nice worktop space, storage for food, and a cooker. So I'm going to bring that camera inside now and see. And we got a lovely organiser from Exmoor Trim there. Arrived just before Christmas, so great piece of kit. So there's our Cadac 2-burner hob. There's a little worktop I put up, and we got storage for food under there. Oh, I really love this vehicle now. It's just totally transformed. If you look back at my old videos, you see our old setup. It didn't really work for us. And then we got a little tea caddy area there. We put a bit of insulation on the walls. Got my fly fishing rod tucked in there. Bit of cargo netting on the back of the seat for our waterproofs. So I've got the military ponchos in there. Eventually we might come across here with some storage. We are thinking about getting it done out with, you know, proper cupboards, you know, by a professional. But we'll see how we go. But at the moment it's serving a great purpose. So practical. Up there got a walkie-talkie, and I've got one my side as well. If we go out or get separated, or one person's got to do some spotting or whatever, great piece of kit to have. And then down here, I've been playing around over Christmas, and we've bought one of them cheap Chinese heaters, diesel heaters. So that's just got to be all plumbed in. I've cut the hole out at the bottom, and we're going to have that in a box, and then maybe put a cubby box over the top of that. So that's a 5 kilowatt diesel heater. So bring on the cold spells, and we'll be so lovely and warm in here. But I definitely can't wait till that's blowing out some hot air. That's going to be phenomenal. And you know, the cubby box is going to sit over, so I thought I'd put it there. I haven't seen many people put one there, but Mud, the company, they make that heater box designed for a 2 kilowatt heater. I've got a 5 kilowatt heater in there, so I've had to mod the box out a little bit. But that's going to be great when that's up and running. I'm going to run that off the main diesel tank. So you just pull up at the garage, fill up with some fuel, and hey ho, you've got fuel for your diesel heater as well. And I think it burns about 5 litres in 24 hours, left on constant on a medium temperature. So they're really fuel efficient. That is why I love our setup. You can get out the elements and you're in the vehicle, whatever the great outdoors throws at you, you can just put that diesel heater on and away you go. And here as well, like I said, we got the storage area. We got some crocks and bits and pieces in here. Made a really high quality canvas. It's really handy for us, just freeing up a bit of space. But great quality, you know, really heavy duty. It's something that's gonna last for years. Any of this equipment you want to check out, I've got a website and I'm doing more detailed, in-depth reviews of the products that I've got in my Land Rover and our trips. So I'll leave a link to that. So if you're thinking of buying a Land Rover or kitting it out, you might want a couple of bits that I've got and a couple of bits someone else has got, and build your own unique vehicle. But you'll never see another vehicle like this. That's that's so great. It's just your own personality and your own ideas coming through on a kind of blank canvas. So over Christmas as well, just before Christmas, Mrs B said she'd like a bit of storage, a bit more storage in the Landy. So we bought a little storage locker there. There's not an awful lot of storage in the front of the Landy. There's no door savers because the doors are right next to the seats. So I fitted that. That's a great piece of kit, that. Same again if you want to check all this out on my website. But that was really easy to fit, and it just gives you that extra bit of storage. And then under our bed we just got some cushions on here with a wool blanket, and then under there is just more storage, so predominantly bits and pieces and food really when we go away. But I love coming in here and playing around. It's so much fun. And then we got a grab bag there if we ever had to leave the vehicle, or we go on a walk, or you know, anything could happen. You've got a bag with bits and pieces in there. I'll show you what's in there at a later date, but it's great to have a grab bag in case you have got to get away from your vehicle for any reason. And then you've got the patio doors looking out to that lovely view. And what was troubling me when we had this on, because this organiser's quite heavy, I was worrying about the door hinges on the Land Rover, because you know, you could feel the weight, and I was always conscious about putting too much gear in this organiser. What with the spare wheel attached to the door as well, I was thinking, you know, them hinges are going to wear eventually. You're in and out, in and out. So I watched O.R.E the Defender. If you want to check his channel out, he's done a great video on the O.R.E swing away wheel carrier, and that's taken all the weight off of that back door now. So what I'm going to do is get a trasharoo bag and mount that to there for obviously your trash and firewood and wet boots and whatever. So thanks to Boris who gave me the idea. I put that on a couple of days ago, so I'll show you. It's a lovely piece of kit, well engineered. O.R.E's the company, or O.R.E. Great piece of kit. It's about around £500, but beautiful engineering, build quality's phenomenal, and the coating on it's gonna last for years. So there's the arm that just bolts on like so, and then bolts onto the back of the door via a plate, and this door has gone so light, so I can open the door with ease now, knowing that all the weight's off of that door and all supported by that arm. But you can, a lot of people do the stand test, they get on the wheel and stand on top of the wheel. That's how strong that wheel carrier is. I was looking at a lot of other models on the market. You know, a lot of people were moaning about the rattling of their unit and the strength of their unit, the durability, but this is awesome. You pay for what you get really. And the beauty of this as well, I can, if I don't have these bags on here, I can climb up the ladder, stand on the wheel, which I never used to like doing anyway, but now I can, and jump straight up into the rooftop tent. So awesome, great company. So if you're interested in that, like I said, check out my new website, and you'll see that wheel carrier in more detail. And then last year, Direct 4x4 kindly sent us the shower unit, which undoes and comes out. I'll show you that a bit later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a scenario. I'm going to arrive at destination, and I'm going to show you how easy it is for me to set up camp, and then look back, if you got time, and look at our old setup, how long it used to take me to put up that TTO2 roof tent, and you can just see the difference. It's a phenomenal piece of kit if you're overlanding, and it's so well made. It's all made of Ali, and really, like aero, I haven't noticed a lot of difference in fuel economy or drag on the motorway. I haven't done some great distances at the moment in it, and it looks so nice. It just looks like part of the vehicle. So if you do turn up somewhere and it's late, 30 seconds, you've got your bedroom. So I've got an upstairs and downstairs in a 16-foot vehicle. Amazing. Not a big kid. So this is the front of the Landy. I've got my CB aerial up there. That's the front of the Alu-Cab Gen3. It's given me a little bit of storage space at the front, and I access this. This is another thing I like about Landys, because you can just climb all over them. So it's straight up there. I'm thinking about as well maybe getting some more checker plate on the front so I can stand on the bonnet. And then this is the space at the top really. So a couple of bags, going to get a couple of waterproof bags up there, the temporary, and then maybe get a roof box to fit in that area. And the beauty with the Gen 3 as well, you can get some roof bars, and that'll take 50 kilos of storage on top of the roof bars. So all in all, it's working out really well at the moment. You know, there's bits and pieces I can add on. I want an awning really eventually on the other side, or this side, and maybe swap the shower over. But at the moment we've got a piece of tarp, nice big tarp, so that does the job. But how many vehicles can you climb over, climb around, and climb on the roof? Only the old Landys. She's really looking like an overland machine now. Just can't wait to load it up with a bit of food, a bit of water, and hit the road. So another great item for overlanding is this jacket from Iurek. Waterproof, water resistant, wind resistant, heated, touch of a button. So I've got a little power pack in the pocket, and it's got elements in the chest, higher chest area, and on your back. So how nice is that for overlanding? Perfect. So you go out, leave your vehicle, you know your vehicle's warm because you've been travelling, and then you go outside, whack this on, press a button. It's got 3 modes as well, so that's hot, medium, and cool. So as I'm a bit of a wimpy man, I've got it on hot, and that, you can feel the heat building up inside. All I've got on today, it's about 3 degrees today. All I've got on today is my thermal. So you stick your eggs and bacon in there and do it up when you're cooking. And the thing I might do as well, if it's really cold, I might take this off, put it in my sleeping bag, sort of 20 minutes before I go to bed, whack it on full, open it up, and heat my bag out, be like an electric blanket. So how good's that? So great jacket. Same again, if you want to check all these products out, they're on my website. I'm not promoting nothing, I'm just saying what I like and you might be interested in. I just like sharing all this information. I get excited about showing stuff. I'll show you inside, but it's all nicely fleeced. And then inside the pocket, technology, eh? It's a little power pack. And that lasts about 8 hours. so you can stay warm all day. Just when you get a bit chilly, you can just whack it on. So there's no excuses. I'm cold, I'm freezing. Just get yourself a nice jacket. It's not that it's cold, it's just you've got wrong clothes on. That's what my people used to say to me years ago. You're not cold, you're just wearing the wrong clothes. But you want to go out in the winter, and it's a nice style. I think I look quite good in this. And when the heat builds up, it really like puffs out. But I'll probably lend this to Mrs. B if she's a good girl when we're overlanding and she's a bit cold. So that's great, look at that. Low, medium, high. And it's got a hood as well. That's just trapping all that heat. But it's nice because you're not bunged up, you just got one layer on and a jacket. Sometimes, you know, when it's really cold, you put loads of layers on, you just feel all bunged up. So you've got plenty of flexibility. Great for overlanding or any outdoor pursuit. You know, if I do sit in my hide or whatever down there, I can just put this on and I'm going to be toasty. Is the bushwhacker going soft? I just like mixing it up. I asked myself a question there. I like mixing it up. I like, you know, me Arctic tent set up in the woods, and then overlanding. I like just different things. It's just a different environment, but you still like to be nice and warm. If you're cold and miserable, it just, you know, it just makes the trip awful. If you go out and you're lovely and warm, and then like that diesel heater that's on a remote, so you come back, you're still nice and warm, bang the diesel heater on, and you're inside the vehicle. You could be doing anything outside, and you're comfortable, and you're going to love the trip. And you know, when you've got your missus or whatever with you, she's going to love it, because, you know, oh, I'm warmer in here than I am at home, and it just adds to the experience. But as things are at the moment, you know, we can't travel, so I think buying a van or a vehicle of such and doing it out, you know, with something in it to cook or anything, simply you can go away. You've got that escape. Everyone likes escapism. Right, so now we're going to do a bit of role play. Been on a long drive, you know, 350 miles, 400 miles, whatever. Pulled up at the destination, beautiful destination, mountains, lakes, wildlife all around, totally remote. Picturise it, can you picture it? And you're looking, you just pulled up and you want to make a camp. So here we go. I'm just going to leave this on. I'm going to leave the camera in one area and you can see what it's like, how quick the setup is. Right. So that's bedroom set up. Now we're going to go around the side, set the shower up. Shower cubicle will have to be pinned in, but that's bedroom and shower in next to no time with hardly any effort. You know, that's what you want when you pull up. So, you know, I'm in that beautiful location like I said, and I've got camp, gorgeous. I'm going to go up the top there and then I'm going to open that window and show you how good this Alu-Cab Gen3 is, because you can just sit up there and you just got so much vision. It's like my hide really. But they're great big windows, so as long as no one's in the shower you can sit here and just enjoy the view, and Mrs. B can bring me up a cup of tea. But I love this tent, it's so quick, so fast, fully insulated as well. I'll show you up here in a bit. So that's what I love, such a great quick setup with quality products. Arrive at camp, bedroom's up, come in the back of the landing once it's all set up, nice and warm, kettle's on, stunning view, good old landy. So you don't have to go miles to have fun. Come up to me in woodland, playing around. So that's why I love this setup. It works for me and Mrs. B. You can just get in and get out the elements. You know, I've been a bit wet setting that rooftop tent and the shower. What's that? A couple of minutes. And then straight back in here, kettle's on. It's getting lovely and warm. So you've got the stove on, and obviously later on the diesel heater once it's fitted into the fuel tank. Go away for a long time. So I'll have this, and we go upstairs. I'll show you the Alu-Cab Gen3. We've done about 5 nights in that since we've had it. A couple of nights here, and well, about 3 nights up the woodland, and a couple of nights at John's when we went to visit him. And it's
comfy. It's really comfy, and because it's twin skinned, that's the reason that sold it for me. It was double skinned, so you're not getting that condensation in the tent, and the soundproofing of it feels really bulletproof, and it feels bulletproof. And once you shut them windows, and you got a couple of hot water bottles in there, and my lovely sleeping bag, oh, it's gonna be lovely up there. We was going to put a quilt up there, but I think it'd be best with the sleeping bags, because you know they're just so warm. So I think, you know, what we've done since we've had the Land Rover, we've played around with it, but what we've done, I think's, you know, I'm really impressed. And like I said, this setup in here, the wood and everything's only cost next to nothing, no money. But eventually, you know, get some nice cupboards in here, maybe a front opening fridge built in. You know, I like the Snowmaster fridges and that, the top opening, but front opening, I think it'll be more practical, easy to get at, and you know, utilise the space that's within the van. See, the thing with me, I'm caught between the two. I love camp life. I love spending time in my camp, and I love doing this as well. So two great hobbies, but all involving the great outdoors. You know, imagine I'm out here now, camp set up, Mrs B's got the dinner on, and I'm doing a bit of fishing or whatever. Ah, great.
What do you reckon of that then, Becky, that view?
Really nice.
Comfy, isn't it?
Cosy in here. Nice memory foam mat. And I like the little window in this one, because your other one didn't have a big window like this.
No.
Yeah, nice setup. I'm really jealous.
Yeah, you can borrow it one day. About 30 years.
Yeah, we'll cop it. Yeah, and you got your little shower unit.
Yeah.
Keeping clean on the road.
Yeah. So I might sit up there and have a coffee when Mrs B's having a shower.
Yeah. Alright, like that is it.
I'm going to hand this camcorder to Becky, because Becky's with me. And if you're new to the channel, Becky's my daughter. She's up in the rooftop tent, and she's going to give her opinions and what she likes about the tent. So me going up there showing you around. So you'll hear it from a female's perspective. So handing it up.
So inside the tent there is 3 internal big pockets for storing anything really. So you could have valuables in there, or your shoes if you wanted to keep a pair of flip-flops for being upstairs, your phone and things like that. So they're really handy, and obviously they're really big. There's my hand for scale. So these are great for having something to put all your stuff in, because you obviously don't want it laying about inside when you're sleeping or laying up here. So if you're reading a book, you can literally pop it above your head when you're finished, and your torch. On the subject of torches, you have got an internal light up here. So when you are doing bits and bobs in here, you've got a nice light to switch on, which is really handy. So moving on, you have the 2 side windows and this entrance where you attach the ladder. But what's also great is these windows act as doors as well. So you could attach the ladder to one of the sides and get out. Got 3 ways of getting out and in. And I think this is a really nice feature, because when you're at a beautiful destination, you can literally just roll over and look out at your view.
That's what you call a beautiful view, Becky.
What, the background? So now it's colder. It's a really good feature that this is twin skinned, so it's extra warmth in here. You've done a night in it already. Do you think it's really warm?
I've done 5 nights.
5 nights.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really warm, and when you shut it up and you wake up in the morning, you don't know if it's
day or night. It's so dark.
Oh, is it like blackout in
really
here?
Dark, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So it's great for you know, when it gets light in the mornings around 4 o'clock and you want to lie in. You just complete dark.
If you ever head over to Alaska when you got 24 hours of light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great feature. Do you get bad condensation in here?
No, hence the twin skins. So no condensation.
Which is great, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's worse feeling having like wet sleep system.
I've seen one video on it. There's a guy. He's in it, and he's got a couple of dogs, and he zipped it right up. And then in the night, I think they were struggling for breath because it's so sealed.
Really?
They were using all the oxygen up in the tent.
That's crazy.
So he leaves a bit of the window open for a bit of ventilation.
God.
So it's quite a sealed unit.
Yeah, which means all the heat don't get out up as well. Yeah.
It's really warm.
And I also like this little canopy you've got. So if you're walking down the ladder or you want to look out, you can be sheltered from the rain or the wind, which is nice. And is that the ladder that goes with it over there?
No, it doesn't come with that ladder. I wanted a telescopic ladder that, you know, could fold down and it can go anywhere. I normally leave the ladder in the tent, but I've been leaving it in the landy for a little bit. But yeah, that lives in. You just climb up my outside ladder and then pull that down and then set it up.
Yeah, that is handy. Safe storage, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
It's telescopic.
Yeah.
So another great thing is these fly nets that are on the window, and they've designed it so they're really small knit, so even the tiniest midges and sandflies can't get through, because that would be a real pain getting in your tent for the night to go sleep and you've got loads of midges and sandflies that bite and that make noise all night. So that's a nice feature that you can keep up. So what comes with it is this really quality foam mattress that is really comfortable. It's so nice. Obviously when you're on the road or you're camping, having a good night's sleep is ideal, and I think you definitely would on this. Great quality zips for the window and the fly mesh.
So what I love about this Alu-Cab Gen3 is the ability to stand up inside, as Becky's going to show, and you can get dressed and undressed, which is awesome. Go on in, Bex, get on your pins. There you go. So you can stand up inside the tent.
Yeah, I can stand up fully in here.
Yeah, so you can get dressed and undressed.
Yeah, that's
inside
a nice
the tent.
feature. Especially if it's raining or something outside and your clothes are up here.
Yeah. Nice. No, really pleased with the tent. Very comfortable. Fits me and Mrs. B nice and comfortably. And you don't want a huge tent if you're doing winter camping, because you want to build up as much heat as possible in it. There's great insulation, great quality. Bit of you, Becky, on it.
I like it. I'm really jealous of the setup. It's nice. But you can't wait to go away now.
No, it'll be good.
Is this one of your storage boxes then? Put clothes and things in?
Yeah, two foldable storage boxes. Yeah, we put our shoes in there when we come up.
Yeah. That's a good idea. You've got muddy shoes on.
But you'll have to do a night in here, Bex.
Yeah, I
Give
will. I did a night in your other one, didn't I?
Yeah, give you a full verdict. And also at the back there, you can lay this way and then clip your iPad or whatever onto there, and you can watch TV.
Yeah, that's true.
You can watch telly. And I like the way they've made a nice quilted
What, this
white
bit?
roof,
Yeah. It's posh. What's the Velcro bits for then?
No, they're just where they've riveted the material to the aluminium.
What, just to make it look nice?
Just
Yeah.
a really good finish. All the little touches make it.
I'm guessing it's highly waterproof then.
Yeah, being twin skinned.
Yeah. Have you noticed a difference because it's higher up with the wind?
No, not really. But the beauty of this as well, you can drive it. So if the wind does change direction, or you arrive at a campsite or wherever you are and it's calm, and then the wind picks up and you're not facing the front end into the wind, you can move the vehicle.
Yeah. Oh, that's good then.
Yeah, so you can just face that front into the wind. So I hope you liked the video, guys. Hope it was quite informative and you learned bits and pieces, or you got a Land Rover and you want to add bits to yours. Really enjoyed showing you this. Really excited. Like I said, if you want to check out these products in more detail, go over to my website, and I'll see you on the next one. Enjoy the great outdoors, guys. Cheers. And happy overlanding. And Becky's going to say goodbye from the
See ya.
from the rooftop tent bedroom.
Just falling asleep up here.
Once I turn this off, she's out. Don't get used to that, Becky.
Yeah, we'll come to some agreement, won't we?
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Guess what? We're still here.
I dare you to turn that off.
But it's quite brisk today, isn't it?
Yeah, it's alright.
Quite
for
cold.
some in
Yeah.
their jackets.
I'm not going to have this on. You won't probably see me a lot in this because I know Mrs. B's going to be in this. But you got to look after the good lady. And like I said, what a great idea, chucking it in your sleeping bag as a heated blanket. Alright guys, we're definitely off this time.
You sure?
Yeah, we're off. And Becky's taken her shoes off, and I probably won't let her have them now, so she's got to try and get down from there with no shoes on. I'll put your shoes right over there, Bex, if you want to go and get them.
Nice of you. Thanks for that.
Good dad, isn't I?
Yeah, love the support.
And Becky bought me a nice Christmas present. She got me a nice Boreal 21. I've got it in there actually, haven't I? I'll show you, quickly show you it, and then I'm off.
Are you?
So Becky bought me this predominantly for the Land Rover. Great saw to have because it folds up really small. You've never seen one of these before. This lives down by the side of the bed.
Why is that?
It's just a good place for it.
Alright.
It just sits down there. But what a great saw. So I was thinking of maybe getting a little electric chainsaw, but for the top. Mind your hands, this bit really clangs, doesn't it? So, look at that. Thanks for that, Bex.
That's alright.
So that'll be processing a bit of firewood when we go away. Perfect size, perfect for the Land Rover. Right, I could go on all day to show you bits and pieces, but we've got to end there. I'll have to do another video on all the other bits. Bye from me, bye from Bex.